all the less efficient operators out there with less efficient machines, higher power costs, higher operating costs, they will just not be profitable.
This April, there is an interesting development. We all are expecting it. We know it's coming. But for the rest of the listeners or those that aren't familiar with Bitcoin mining, the Bitcoin reward will be halved. So it'll go from 6.25 to 3.175, and the efficiency of the miners will be tested. So the hash rate will either drop off a little bit, or the difficulty level, excuse me, well, which they actually move in tandem. So the hash rate
Yeah.
and the difficulty level will either drop off, or the price of Bitcoin will increase, or some combination of those two, right? Which
Right.
which do you expect? What are your analysts looking at?
Well, historically, we've seen both, and at the very first, the first order effect is always that difficulty coming down because when the awards are getting cut in half in that first moment, because I don't think the price of Bitcoin is going to double the first moment after the halving, everyone's revenue gets cut in half. So all the less efficient operators out there with less efficient machines, higher power costs, higher operating costs, they will just not be profitable. So historically, we've seen a 20 to 30% drop in the difficulty right after the halving. So that's a little bit of reprieve that you get as a efficient miner right off the bat, assuming nothing happens with the price. And that's one of the reasons that we focus so much on being on that left end of the cost curve, on being one of the lowest cost producers, so we can make it through different challenging times, such as immediately when a halving happens. Historically, we have seen the price of Bitcoin rise quite dramatically in the 6, 12, 18 months following a halving. Now, I think there's strong arguments that that has been during different macro environments and zero interest rate environments, and that very well may not, take place for the halving reason alone in the future. But there are other major catalysts out there that may cause the price to rise. We have a lot of positive progress on ETFs. I think we're inching towards regulatory clarity in different areas, which I think would be a positive catalyst. So while it may not be the halving itself that causes a increase in price of Bitcoin in the future, the fact is these other positive developments are happening. Bitcoin continues to grow in adoption and use by individuals and institutions. So, we're bullish on the long term price of Bitcoin, although I couldn't tell you how that's going to play out exactly.
Well, nor can I.
Yeah.
But that is a very great explanation. I think going to be helpful for people who are wondering how the mining world is going to react to this. And I tend to agree with you that we will see a difficulty level adjustment downwards.
Hey, it's Amy. Click over here to subscribe, click over here for more content, and we'll see you next time.